What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining me again today. My name is Chef Alex O'Touche, and on this week's episode, we're going to be making one of my favorite foods, French fries. We're going to be making 4 different kinds of French fries using 3 different kinds of potatoes. We're going to use russets, redskins, and sweet potatoes. We're going to be taking a look at a few different preparations for the potatoes and a few different cooking methods for the potatoes. They're all going to be cooked using canola oil because that's a very neutral oil, so it's not going to add any flavor like olive oil might to the cooking process. You don't need too much, but just in case, you can stock up. All of these different methods will result in very different style of French fries, but I guarantee you they're all going to be super delicious. So I hope you enjoy this episode, and let's get to it. We're going to be using 3 different brines today. One's going to be salt, one's going to be pickle juice, and one's going to be salt with baking soda. Let's go ahead and get started mixing our brines. We're going to be using 1,000 grams of water and 15 grams of salt. Our second brine is going to be the exact same thing, except we're adding 2.5 grams of baking soda. That's just going to raise the pH of our brine, which is going to help break down the potato a little bit more, resulting in a fluffy interior and crunchy exterior. I'm going to go ahead and peel my russet potatoes, but you definitely don't need to do that. I'm going to go ahead and cut it in a pretty basic French fry shape, not too big, not too small, and you want to make sure you're leaving all your cut potatoes in water just to keep them from oxidizing. We're going to go ahead and prepare our russet potatoes 2 different ways. First way is we're going to soak them in just our regular pickle juice. The second way is we're going to sous vide them. We're going to get them in our cryovac bag, pour our brine in. This is our brine that contains our baking soda, and we're going to cook them at 194 degrees for 15 minutes, and this is going to take care of the blanching process for us. We're going to get them out of the bag, and it's going to go right into the freezer, and we'll cook these tomorrow when they're completely frozen. Alright, let's talk about freezing for a second. Why do we freeze our potatoes? Well, one, if you don't want to cook them right away, it's going to extend your shelf life, and you can just have those French fries ready to go like you bought them from the store. So that's one. 2, it actually does something to the interior. When the moisture in your potato freezes, it forms into ice crystals, all different kinds of shapes and sizes, and starts to break down the interior of the potato itself. Same, when you put it into your hot oil, it's going to expel all that moisture out super fast, which is also going to break down the potato, which is going to result in a fluffy interior and a crispy exterior, which is exactly what we're looking for. You're definitely going to want to peel your sweet potatoes, get past that white layer so you have all orange. And just so I don't waste all the water, I'm going to go ahead and reuse the sous vide water we had earlier. So that way it's already hot and we can get right to blanching our sweet potatoes so we can get the potato itself cooked before we actually fry it. For the sweet potatoes, we're going to make a simple beer batter, which is just 1 cup of cornstarch and 1 cup of beer, equal parts. You want it to be somewhat sticky so it adheres to the fries, but not to where it's an actual batter. Give your fries a nice little coat, and then you're going to drop them in hot oil that is between 350 and 375 degrees, and you want to cook them until they're nice and crispy. So our sweet potato fries came out really well. We blanched them in water just to get the potato cooked, and then we fried them in really hot oil. Admittedly, the first batch was a little too hot of oil, so watch your temperature. That's why they came out a little dark, but the flavor was still there. It was nice and soft on the inside, and because of our nice beer batter on the outside, they had a really nice crunch to them. So overall, great French fry. Since our frozen fries were already cooked the day before, they're ready to drop right into that hot oil. Again, you want to have it between 350 and 375. As you can see, it's pulling all that moisture out and getting really close to the edge. May have put a little bit too much oil in there, but it turned out to be okay. You want to cook those for about 4 minutes or just until they're nice and golden brown, and then season with some good salt. First half of our russet potatoes came out great. As you recall, we cooked them sous vide in a basic salt brine with a little bit of baking soda, which increased our pH to help break down the potato a little bit more to give it a really nice crispy exterior, and all that definitely was achieved. It was a nice crunchy French fry on the outside, but nice and soft on the inside. Overall, great French fry. Let's get those redskins ready. As you can see, I'm not peeling them, but I'm still cutting them to about the same shape. We're gonna let these ferment on the countertop. We're just gonna pour in our regular salt brine that just got salt and water. I'm adding a little bit of cabbage to help along that fermentation process. And we're just going to let this sit at room temperature covered for about 5 days. Our redskin potatoes have been fermenting for about 5 days now. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and oil poach them in oil that is between 250 and 300 degrees. This is just so we can get the potato nice and cooked before we put it into the really hot stuff. We're going to do the same thing to our pickled potatoes that we did for our redskins. We're going to go ahead and blanch them in the same temperature of oil between 250 and 300, just so again we just get that potato cooked before we actually fry it. We got our oil back up to our good frying temperature between 350 and 375, and we're going to go ahead and drop our red skins and our pickled fries into the oil, crisp them up really nice, and season them as soon as they come out. The other half of the russet potatoes we made, which we soaked in just pickle juice, came out way different than I was expecting. I had never done this before, so it was purely an experiment, but the result was incredible. The end result was something like an actual deep fried pickle. It had a nice little crunch to it, but not like an undercooked potato crunch, like a pickle crunch, and then all the nice pickled acidity that goes along with the deep fried pickle as well. Admittedly, they weren't too crunchy on the outside. Overall, they tasted really good, so if you're looking to do something a little different with your french fries, I'd definitely give this a try. And lastly, we have our fermented red skin potato french fries. These came out really great. We left them in the salt brine for about 5 days to help them break down a little bit more. When we fried them, they had just a nice little bit of funkiness to them because of the fermentation process. They were nice and crispy when they came out. Admittedly, they became a little bit softer once they sat for a second. Probably could have just cooked them a little longer, but overall, still a really great french fry with a lot of flavor. All right, and there you have it. That's a few different ways you can make french fries right at home. But like always, I wanna know what you guys think. Let me know, what are your favorite kind of french fries? How do you like them cooked? What do you like to eat with them? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you're getting some good value out of these videos, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, really helps me out, helps my channel grow. And again, I'm Chef Alex Atouche. Thanks for stopping by and stay tuned for more great content.